Mr. Koko, thanks so much for your time. I'm so sad you couldn't come back to meet us and talk to us outside your old office. I'm not sure why you didn't come, but I want you to first listen to what the Public Enterprises Minister, Pravin Gordhan, had to say about corruption and the role it played in leading up to the demise of Eskom.
The kind of damage the state capture caused within Eskom is huge. That this is not just about somebody who stole a few billion rands and ran off to whichever island they currently are in. But the damage is systemic. And once that damage is systemic, in other words, corruption can not just happen with a few individuals. There are a string of individuals in a hierarchy that will take whatever opportunity they get in order to steal money from Eskom through procurement and other processes.
Mr. Koko, many would argue that you were one of the people who abused your power to actually help the Gupta family loot from Eskom. What do you have to say about that?
Well, you will recognize these days that it's only Minister Gordhan who is still on the trail. When the Eskom officials, including the board of Eskom, explain Eskom issues now, they don't talk like Minister Gordhan. Minister Gordhan is simply looking for excuses. The real problem of Eskom are quite simple. Eskom is just not generating the cash flow to pay its costs. That's simple. Eskom is not selling more. That's simple. Eskom is paying 1,000 rands per ton for coal that is signed in 2008. That's simple. I think you need to cut a slack for Minister Gordhan. He's run out of ideas. But the fact is, Rome is burning, and excuses don't count anymore.
Well, many would argue that Minister Gordhan is one of the first people to actually come up with a proper plan to save Eskom as a public enterprises minister. But he's not the only one, sir. Let me remind you, who has fingered you out in corrupt activities. You've had several officials go to the state capture inquiry talking about how you pressurized them to take substandard coal from Tegeta, which is linked to the Gupta family.
I'm here doing an interview with you. I'm not in orange overalls. And I'm not bothered, I'm not worried. I don't worry when I sleep at night. So let's pass.
So do you know about the consequences of what could happen from the state capture inquiry? Of course, ultimately, people who face serious allegations like yourself will be investigated.
Well, I'll be shocked if people are still going to be investigated. The law must take its course. I've not been approached by law enforcement agencies. The Zondo Commission must do its work and don't interfere with it and don't try to preempt what it will do out of it. Let the law take its course. Those that are corrupt
and you, of course, are denying. You, of course, are denying what Jabu Mabuza told the state capture inquiry, that they have emails linking you to a Gupta agent regarding contracts, lucrative deals with Eskom. You're also denying that you pressurized officials here, right behind me, to buy substandard coal from Tegeta when you were head of generation.
Well, it's 3 years now those allegations have been made, and I'm here talking to you, not worried.
How do you feel about government's plan to unbundle Eskom? Do you think that's the right way forward?
This plan is about the deepening of the IPPs. It gives no hope to Eskom. The only way to give Eskom hope is to send a signal that the Eskom sales revenue or sales volume would increase. And there is nothing in this plan that shows that the Eskom sales volumes will increase. No business survives by having its costs exceeding their revenue costs. It's as simple as that. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that unless Eskom increases its sales volumes, and there's a plan to increase Eskom sales volume, there's no future for Eskom and there's no hope.
Yeah, so were you a rocket scientist when you were acting CEO of Eskom? Because many would argue most of the decisions you made ultimately led us to where we are right now with still continued rolling blackouts.
You know you are wrong on facts. And you are entitled to opinions. As soon as you are wrong on facts, you are not worth my response.
So there's new allegations coming out of the state capture inquiry today that Eskom agreed to pay the Gupta-owned New Age newspaper millions for its breakfast, its business breakfast. You were here during that time. Did you know anything about it?
I will not interfere with the Zondo Commission. They must do its work. They have not approached me. I will respond when they approach me. unless you are acting on their behalf.
All right, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That's Matshela Koko, the former acting CEO of Eskom, not really saying much about the allegations put against him.